Hey, what's going on, guys? Let's get this camera into position here. I say camera, it's my cell phone. All right. Looks like we're only halfway cocked. The hell. There we go. I think. I think we're good to go. How's it going, guys? Welcome to the channel, another Saturday edition. Live unboxing of something and slash discussion of whatever, mostly pertaining to the 1/6 scale collectible hobby, mostly pertaining to hot toys, but heck, we'll talk about anything. Like Spider-Man, Far From Home. I want to try to keep that to non-spoilers if we're going to talk about that at all. So choose your words carefully. I'd like to give a movie at least a week before we talk about it, and especially this one. I'm trying to fix a problem I'm having with my lights here. I think this above light was messing everything up. So I was experimenting with that, seeing if that made any difference. I think whenever I turn this on is when I get this video feed blipping in and out. So I'm gonna turn it on again. See that? See that shadowing now that's coming in? I think that's a problem. I think I need to replace those bulbs. I don't think I can use those. So I'm gonna turn that out. We're just going to go with this. I think this works. I think you guys can see this pretty well, actually. So I'm just going to stay with that. Ian, how you doing, man? Wow. I don't know what's up with YouTube, man. YouTube's out of their mind. You would think that they would want to act right, but I don't know. In their acting right, in their opinion, they're messing everything up. So, I don't know what's wrong with them. Welcome to the channel, man. So what we have here is the Black Panther from Black Panther. I've really been looking forward to getting this figure for quite some time for a couple of reasons. And those couple of reasons are Neon Tech Iron Man Mark IV and Thor Infinity War. Both of those guys supposedly also have the UV coating on them in a manner of which this really takes advantage of. And they didn't include any lights with that. And I've bought several black lights, and nothing really seemed to work really well. The only thing I could find that works really well were flashlights. So I didn't feel like putting a flashlight on it. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how this works. But at the same token, I don't leave my figures lit up. I mean, this is really the only time they get lit up, unless somebody ever comes over to the house, and then I would, turn everything on then. But also, I wanted to compare this to the original Black Panther from Civil War and T'Chaka, which really those two suits are the same suit. in all actuality. So, Ian, did you go see Spider-Man yet? Are you planning on seeing Spider-Man? You got a link to those, perhaps? I will definitely straight up buy them if you have some for fact that you know work good. There's a store here in town called Batteries Plus or something like that. Batteries, bulbs, etc. Something to that effect. And they sell everything on the planet, and they've not been able to provide me with anything that works with the flip. So, obviously, the internet is a wonderful thing, and anything that's out there can be bought on the internet, it seems, anymore. So, this is really cool. I don't know if you have this figure yet or not, but I don't know what in the hell. Sideshow takes forever and a day to deliver anything anymore. And I just got this like 3 weeks ago. This and my Thanos, my Iron Man Mark 50 all came at the same time. And everyone else got these like around Christmas time or something, man. It's crazy. Anyhow, this is really deep in here, these rips in here. Deeper than any other box that I can think of that they've ever done. I love Spider-Man, and I really was surprised. I really enjoyed the surprise of Spider-Man. Toy Mafia, how you doing, man? Oh, okay, cool, Noble. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. Dustin, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. You know, like I said, I don't want to talk about Spider-Man until next week. But I'll just say some non-spoiler things, and of course, I'd like to encourage you guys, if you want to talk about it, try to keep it down to non-spoiler. For real, try to keep it to non-spoiler. But what I really enjoyed about it was, I'm a Spider-Man nut. I know a lot about Spider-Man. Not as much as probably some other people, but a lot more than most people. And I would say that throughout the whole first half of the movie, for instance, well, actually, like for the first 30 minutes, I was bored out of my gourd, for real, I swear to God. I was like, okay, this movie needs to move on now. But then the action kicked in and it became a pretty good story. But the whole time, during the first hour of the movie, I'm sitting there kind of like, this is very interesting because this goes against everything that I know about everything. And it's difficult in nowadays times when people are wanting to change characters to fit a specific agenda. And I didn't feel that was going on, per se, in what I'm talking about. But then, when everything kind of shifted, and this total my mind was just totally blown at another scene in the movie, and I was just like, sitting on the edge of my seat thinking, man, this is amazing. This is really awesome. And then everything kind of got right with the world, if you know what I'm saying. So I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed a lot of the surprises that were in it. I really enjoyed the plot twist. And especially if you're a diehard Spider-Man fan, you can't go wrong. And I can't wait to talk about this with you guys next Saturday. And on next Saturday, it's no holds barred. We will full straight up talk about Spider-Man if you want to, or anything in that regard. I don't got anything coming in, and I take that back. I got my Iron Man Mark 50 accessories supposed to be here. They're actually supposed to be delivered today, around 10 o'clock, which is in 3 hours, and we'll be way off the channel by the time those will come. So I'm going to unbox Iron Man Mark 50 accessories next week. And then the week after that, I'm going to do these C-3POs that I've got over here in anticipation, getting ready for my land speeder that's coming in September. I also need to get Obi-Wan Kenobi from New Hope. I need to get Luke Skywalker from the New Hope. And I need to get me some freaking sand troopers because I'm really stoked about this land speeder. This bad boy is going to be about this big, and it looks great from Jazz Inc., by the way. You didn't like the Spider-Man? Like I said, I think I liked it most. It's the third movie. It's the fifth movie when you count the Avengers movies that he'd been in, or gosh, the sixth movie when you count the Avengers movies he'd been in. Pardon me, I got something in my throat. Sixth movie, actually, right? But there always seems to be like this third movie stigma, and I didn't recognize the director, John Watts. That name sounds familiar, but for some reason I'm not placing him. But anyhow, for some reason, I don't know what it is, the third movie always seems to be weird. They don't ever seem to really get the feel or the vibe of what's going on anymore when the third movie comes around. and this suffered from that. So you've got that, and like I said, that whole first 30 minutes was really ugh, and then it got dead again after the big huge action scene. There was like another ugh. But then that second action scene, which I don't even know how to say it. I mean, my mind was just whirling, was really good, and then it ended well with a big huge guest reprisal at the end, guest role reprisal. So stick around to the end credits. What's going on, Universal Key? Welcome to the channel. And like these 5-watt LED bar blacklight UV tube ultraviolet strip lighting Christmas DJ disco party. So just take. I'm gonna take all this. I'm gonna copy it straight up into a browser channel and find that you've used these, Ian, specifically, and that they have worked for you, because that's what I need. The lights I've purchased, they didn't work. Nothing was UV on it, and I was like, well, that was a waste. You know, it just kind of like glowed purple or whatever, and I'm like, that's not what I'm looking for. I want to see, you know, this. So I was really looking forward to this, to see how this works. So like, anyhow, like I said, this is really unique as to how deep that they've cut this, and I don't remember anybody else figured that they've cut it this deep on. And then it feels kind of like, I don't know, sticky or whatever here on the sides, top and bottom, from the badges. Special LED light unit. It says for luminous reflective effects. So I've got here. I also have, so getting to the point, original Black Panther with a third-party T'Challa head, which I felt was amazing, which Hot Toys should have frickin' released with the first movie. I have the T'Chaka, which is his dad. These suits are identical, except this one's gold trimmed, this one's silver trimmed, and they did that when they did the creation. So he has pants on and he doesn't. Thor supposedly lights up from UV, so I've got him over here in anticipation of that light. And I have my Neon Tech Mark IV, which I can't wait to light up as well. Now, because I've been unsuccessful at ever trying to get into San Diego Comic-Con, if one of you guys got a hookup, man, y'all got to get me there next year. Somebody's got to hook me up to get me into San Diego Comic-Con. This is killing me. Anyhow, the Iron Man Mark VI Neon Tech was available through Sideshow, only for Sideshow San Diego Comic-Con participants. And the people that I contacted that were going there, that live here in the area, that would be able to get a figure for me, they had their real life to deal with, and they couldn't purchase the figure for me in that regards. So I missed out on it, and I'm kind of torqued about that. But anyhow, let's get to this. Thanks for joining me, guys. Thanks for listening to me rant on and on. I'm really still kind of digging this box. I'm really liking that. Cast and crew right here, everybody responsible for this figure. Some amazing artists. Who do we have? Archan, So Young Lee, great sculptor, head painter J.C. Hong. So every one of these are hand painted, by the way. I don't know if you guys knew that. I say that a lot, but I don't think it really sinks in. Everyone's hand painted. Okay, so we have, I've seen this before, with Deadpool, right? He's the only one that did this specific manner. Wasn't really impressed with it back then. I think I finally took it down. Okay, that's cool. It has Black Panther on this side. And this side has nothing. And so these little support arms, get little holes right here. You pop out, and then they just stick in here. So it ends up being kind of supporting. And you can do it either way. You can either do it with the Black Panther to you or with the black to you. It's up to you how you want to display it. I'm assuming this is to control the lighting or to give you a backdrop for that. So, but that's how this works. Either way. Don't tell me this is battery operated and I don't have the batteries for it. God, that would suck ass. For real. That's styrofoam right there. And that's a ton of lights. Holy smokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 24 lights possibly? 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21. Holy smokes. This feels like cardboard. This is cardboard. So it's styrofoam, I imagine, all the way up here and then just wrapped in cardboard. Interesting. Swear to God, this is cardboard. As a matter of fact, this little piece here, up here, is actually the glue is actually separating on it. Wow. So we have two of these arms and a base. This base is really super cheap plastic. I mean, this is like super thin. This is like milk carton thin. If you ever have like those gallon milk jugs, that's what this feels like. This feels like milk carton thin plastic. I'm sure it's great saving on the weight. I don't know. I don't know. I expected this to be like a heavier plastic along the lines of what the figure bases are made out of. So I guess I'm a little caught off guard with that. I mean, not that we haven't seen Hot Toys go cheap on us before, like with the Hall of Armor made out of styrofoam, which I passed on. Sometimes I wish I hadn't. But no, see, like right here, dude, this is separating right there. Because it's just like tacky glue, and that's got like a wrinkle in it. They just wrapped this piece of cardboard around the styrofoam in here. So I don't know what I think about this. And literally, I swear to you, man, this is really what I was really wanting out of anything else. I mean, sure, I think the figure looks pretty cool. I'm assuming the figure's going to look pretty cool. But I was really looking forward to this lighting set. And I'm really kind of disappointed right now. Morning, Robert. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Saturday. So yeah, that's pretty flimsy. For real, I thought it would be more substantive. So, but then again, you know, I would imagine you guys are not buying this for this. I imagine you guys are actually buying this for the figure, right? I'm the only one buying it for the display box. Who knows? Who knows? The earthquake was south of me. I am in Northern California. I was watching Denobi last night live, and he said that he felt it out there in Vegas. It was a big one, 6.5, 6.6. I don't remember what they said the final amount was. That's a major earthquake, guys. You know, if you've never experienced an earthquake, that's a bad one. You will know things are shaking when that's going down. I don't remember hearing of any casualties. But to tell you the truth, I'm really surprised at how far that reached out. Nobody said he felt it. He lives in Vegas. Vegas is about, I don't know exactly, like 100 miles from there. Maybe not quite that far. But you know, where I live, I live far enough away from the epicenter of the San Andreas Fault up here in Northern California that when there's a huge earthquake, it really doesn't reach out this far. So I really don't have to worry about that. I mean, it would have to be a major earthquake for it to hit it here. Unlike, for instance, Sardimus Prime. I've been in his house, and he's got like when I was there was a place in his backyard where there's a crack. The earth were literally just separated where he lives, because he lives a lot closer to that, to the San Andreas Fault, the San Francisco area. That's where he lives. And man, I tell you what, man, whoo, man, I would not feel very, I'd feel nervous living in that area. But you know, it's funny, I guess, everywhere has something, you know what I mean? The Midwest has tornadoes, the East Coast has hurricanes, lightning storms anywhere you live. We have wildfires here also. So I guess there's always something that seems to be something to be concerned with. And if it's nothing that you ever deal with, it seems scarier than it really is. It's like you guys in the Midwest, whenever we hear of a tornado, man, we're like, oh my God, you had a tornado? Holy cow, is everyone all right? And you're like, ah, man, it was nothing. It went through. Now, I'm not belittling it when it totally wrecks somebody's life. You know, that's no joke. But I mean, for the most part, it becomes like a second nature, or one of those things like, yeah, it happened, and we move on. When they're devastating, then of course it's devastating. But I'm really in an area where tornadoes are not an issue. I think I probably have more of a concern where I live of California wildfires, which happen all the doggone time, and I am so sick and tired of idiots throwing their cigarette butts out of their cars. I mean, we have like 12 wildfires a year, it seems, and a lot of them are from some freaking idiot throwing a cigarette butt out of their car. For real, dude. Put it out, extinguish it in a cup, and take it home with you. Don't throw it out the window. I'm tired of y'all burning stuff down. That's totally destructive on the human nature. I mean, that's inexcusable. Totally inexcusable. Well, what is this? There's like these little white marks right here. Right here where my left thumb is. My right thumb. Right here is a little bitty white tick mark on his chest. I got my camera upside. I got my cell phone upside down today, so I'm confused where the camera is. Can you see that? Is that supposed to be there? Because there's an identical one right there on that side. Right there. What is that? Is that supposed to be there? No, I guess there's something else back here. I guess he just has these little things on him there. It's weird. Yeah, I would assume Sardis and Sean are as well, because they live up here where I am, up here in Northern California, far, far away from where the earthquake was this time, because it was down like in the desert, down closer to Los Angeles, Vegas area than us. But up here, especially where Sardis is like earthquake headquarters for the United States. There's going to be an earthquake 99% of the time. It's happening where he lives, for fact. Matter of fact, here where I live, so like some places where people live, they have like flood insurance or whatever, which is not part of your homeowner's insurance policy. If you want to have the flood insurance, you got to buy it separately. This way it is with earthquake insurance. If you don't have earthquake insurance, you don't have insurance against an earthquake. And so where I live, for the most part, it's so uncommon that most people here just opt out of the earthquake insurance option. It's just not something that happens so much so that they feel they need to get it. A lot of neat pieces here. See this Chadwick Boseman here. Let's compare it to this original. I say original. Interesting. I'm curious which one really looks like him now, because I really thought this original third-party sculpt was dead on. And then now looking at them side by side to this Hot Toys sculpt, I'm a little curious if it really is dead on. So I'll show you guys the two sculpts here. This is third party. This is Hot Toys. And I thought this was dead on. I mean, I really did. Now that I see this, I'm starting to doubt that. God, I have that camera way too far away. I'm shaking, holding that out. See, side by side. I'm going to have to do like a comparison to images of him. Looking at the Hot Toys sculpt, his head looks too long. Looking at this third-party sculpt, the head looks too fat. So I'm not sure which is actually closer to the reality of what it's supposed to be. The Hot Toy sculpt, his hair is blacker than the third-party sculpt, more brownish. So it's interesting. But then again, like I said, I never understood why Hot Toys didn't release this on this first figure. It's a requirement as far as I'm concerned. We've seen Chadwick so many times without his helmet on in the movie. It's a requirement. I'm gonna turn the fan on. It's starting to get a little warm in here. Hurricanes, yeah. So you know what I'm talking about? Oh my God. Black Panther was stupid wannabe Batman, but Chadwick Boseman made me love the character. Ditto. They really did a great job with Black Panther. I mean, I'm all for the whole Wakanda thing, man. I'm all for it. I think they did a great job bringing all that to life. Totally. I think you're probably right. So, let's do a side-by-side of these two figures first off as well while we're at it. See if they changed anything, because when this first came out, I was kind of under the impression that his legs were to scale. And sometimes your mind just plays tricks on you like that and makes sure that something, when really it's like oh, got a little internet blurb there. Oh man, I hope I'm on the right internet speed. Whatever, I'm gonna check it. My cell phone gets better upload speed than my Wi-Fi does, so I use the Wi-Fi all the time, except for when I'm broadcasting here. I like to broadcast on the cell phone, because it does like a 20 megabyte upload, where the Wi-Fi does a 10 megabyte upload. So looking at this, it appears that they did make his butt a little bit taller. So if you look here, don't know if you can tell this or not, but definitely the new Black Panther's butt is taller than the original Black Panther's butt. So whether or not it was because they realized that they made a mistake and didn't make him to proportion the first time, or if they just used a regular body, getting his legs here exactly spread apart so that we have a true on comparison here. But his butt is lower on the original Black Panther to this one. So his legs are longer here because the shoulders are at the same height. So whether or not they made a mistake the first time and they corrected it, or whether this is truthfully how he is and this time they just put him in a regular body, don't know. But like I said, my mind messed with me last time and said something's wrong with his legs, are too short. He may truthfully be built that way. I don't know. But for fact, the new guy's butt is taller than the original one. Also, I've noticed his thighs are thicker on the original one than the new one. The calves are much more defined on the new one. Biceps appear to be about the same. Forearms appear to be about the same. The chest area on the original is broader, is thicker from pecs to his back. Here, the back is almost flat on the new one. This one, there's a lot more curvature on his spine from his butt to the back of his back where his shoulder blades are. There's much more bending or curve on this figure than there is on this figure. Muscles on the abdomen are more defined in this suit. It's almost like a Batman style in regards to that. Where this suit, the muscles appear to be realistically pushing through the suit. This suit, the muscles appear to be created in the suit. So that's the comparisons of the bodies. And that's important to know because supposedly the same guy, right? Richie, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. Now keep watching Doctor Who stuff, 9th, 10th, 11th. Love Doctor Who, man. I watched them. I wish I could get back into Doctor Who. I had the time to do that. It'll use some more cap, keeping the stuff on cap. Costing me more than original. Yeah, keep buying shields, harnesses. By the way, did you see there's a third-party shield out there now? 1/6 scale battle damaged metal shield, 2 versions by Art. They're damaged. One has like a chunk cut out of it around like the 9 o'clock position, and the other one is almost cut in half down to from like the 11 o'clock to the 7 o'clock position, cutting into it. They're pretty cool. They're selling for $41.99 a piece, and they're made by Art, BY-ART. Battle damaged metal shields, 2 versions for you guys out there that are looking for a damaged shield, similar to how Thanos totally wrecked Captain America's shield in Avengers Endgame. There's also a Damn Toys Test Man figure, just like a crash test dummy, that's available. There's a new Beast that's out by Toys Era. They call it the Creature figure. Looks like a young beast. Of course, Bison has some new 1/6 scale bodies available now. And there's a new Peggy Carter, which looks really good. Of course, there's Miles Morales. I ordered those, man. I could not help myself when I seen those Miles Morales figures when I was watching the head sculpts being developed in the weeks upcoming to the point where it finally got released. It's made by Young Rich Toys, which I've never heard of before, but you essentially can put them into 4 different clothing variations of how you want to display Miles, from being just a straight up Miles Morales in regular civilian clothes to his store-bought Spider-Man suit that he got from Stan Lee, to a hybrid of him wearing the new suit that he got from Peter Parker's cave from Aunt May, and his street clothes, to the full-on straight-up brand new Miles Morales designed suit. So I actually bought 2 sets of those, because one set is the store-bought Spidey suit and his street clothes. The other set is the Spider-Man suit and the Spider-Man street clothes, and I bought one of each of those, which should give me the opportunity to do 4 versions of him, if I remember correctly. I think we got 4 figures coming from what I ordered, and it looks like they're using a similar setup of the webbing as what Hot Toys uses with those. Robert, dude, chill out, man. Yeah, they got a Peggy. Peggy's looking great. She's called 1/6 scale Army Officer Peggy figure by JX Toys, and it looks really good. They also did a John Travolta and what was her name? From Pulp Fiction. I'm really not digging her head sculpt, and John Travolta also is looking a little weak. There's a little controversy going on with So-So Toys with their Daredevil Murdoch figure. This guy's claiming they stole his head sculpt, but hey, this is third-party stuff in the first place. It's unlicensed as it is from like the manufacturer. You know what I mean? So I have a hard time believing that you can claim that somebody stole your work when you didn't pay for it in the first place. So I don't know. I'm debating whether or not to get that. Gosh dang it. Well, I'm happy I got my Daredevil and I passed on the Punisher. And I wish I got the Punisher. And I have a feeling if I don't get this Matt Murdock, I'm going to be pissed off at myself for that also. And so that's what's going on in the 1/6 scale community. Of course, the Neon Tech Mark 6 sold out. Scarlet Spider coming. I've got that on order. My pre-order, but can't stop. You can't help but talk about what's going on as in regards to the Stan Lee figure. The what in the world am I doing here? Oh yeah, I was gonna. Oh, look at these feet. The new Stan Lee is from Guardians of the Galaxy 2, where the end scene where he's talking over with, I guess, the Watchers. I forget what those guys were called, and which was one of the fan theories in the first place that Stan was actually a Watcher all along, watching things. I kind of like the new fan theory that they should have made Captain America Stan Lee. Stan Lee should have played the old man Captain America. Look at the size of these feet differences here. Big difference there. Can you see that? Big difference here. It's like a little foot compared to a big foot here. Let's get him put over here. Anyhow, the new Stan Lee figure coming out. It's just like his head sculpt for the most part. Everything else is like an astronaut suit, which is cool. If you want to recreate that scene, which, like I said, for a couple of years, that was the fan theory that he was a Watcher and he was just watching us. And now the fan theory, which I like to entertain, is that he's Captain America and he was watching us. But they didn't make that to fruition, so that's kind of like his pipe dream. But we miss Stan. It's a good-looking head sculpt. It's $270 or something like that. It's a Sideshow San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. If you're going there, you can do that. It's one per customer, so they're still available. Also, they did an unbelievable Two-Face, which looks really good, Harvey Dent. And if you're a Batman fan, it looks really good. It kind of creeps me out a little bit looking at it because it looks real. It's kind of gross and creepy because they did such a good job with it. So those what's going on. It's been a big week for 1/6 scale community. Really happy to see all that. Harvey Dent. The redo text Spidey? Which one is that? You're talking about the Sentinel Iron Spider? That one? The re-edit? I like that one. So Toys is good stuff. Like to get some. Don't have any. What is So Toys made that you guys are familiar with? CW Flash. The CW Flash that came out. Yes. That looks pretty good. I've not seen any of those, so I don't have any connection to it personally in that regards. Quicksilver Mystique. I am really been waiting on the Mystique for like 3 years from a third-party manufacturer. And his rock chair, right? Because that's what he's sitting on. The Land Speeder's coming out in September. It's made by Jazz Inc. And it looks really, really, really amazing. It's like $400. He's got them a limited edition, and he claims he will not be remaking them after that. Nobody else has made one. And it's 1/6 scale, true scale, and it looks fantastic. The pictures that I've seen are amazing. So he's got this little, I don't know what you'd call this, to give the toe an articulation, possibly, or maybe that's what his shoe is supposed to be. But they put like this little broken toe thing on there, which is cool because it actually gives articulation to a foot that didn't have originally on the first one. So you have some toe articulation, which is going to be neat if you're doing them in any type of a kneeling, crouching style pose. You can get that bent up there. Wow, that's pretty far. That's pretty far. So you can put them straight on down, just like that, for that pose, if you wanted to pose them like that. That's this neat. Wow, okay. double jointed knee. You can get a pretty good bend out of that. Right there. And full on straight up ankle pivot. You can put that any way you want to, almost a straight line right there, almost. There's your left and right, which helps out in poses. The suit looks loose, so there shouldn't be any unnecessary restriction in regards to being able to put him into positions. I'm getting a spread about that far. And there's your splits right there. With him in his seated position, let's see how his butt looks, because that's always a difficult so they're seated, and he still has a pretty decent looking butt for the most part when seated. Let's see if we can put some light on here to change any of that. Sometimes when they go into these seated positions, their butt just gets totally messed up, and his butt stays pretty well for the most part for a figure. I mean, when you're seating him in this position, you're not really looking at his butt. You know what I'm saying? There's his butt. Okay, they really made that. That is pretty cool. I would imagine you could really put him into like a back-flipping position in this manner for a fight scene, like against Killmonger. If you wanted to, look at that. Put him into some Matrix style bullet dodging stuff right there. That's pretty cool. That's a serious, because see, like here, that's where his legs would be standing up. Look at that. That's like totally broken back going on right there. And there's forward. So that's some serious waist articulation there. That's serious. That's a lot. So there's this twist. So that's straight on. And then to that. See how it kind of looks like Batman? How the muscles are molded into the suit instead of them popping through, which is the original. Easy enough, just raising his arms as such. They raise up pretty well. It is a double jointed elbow, but that's as close as you're able to bend his fist to his mouth. I don't feel a butterfly shoulder. It does have rotating bicep. But don't feel a butterfly shoulder. So you're not going to be getting, from what I'm able to do here, I'm not able to get his fist any closer to him than this. So that's what we got there. Very limited in that manner. Interesting. Ah, yeah. Okay, we'll get to that in just a quick second. And I don't feel any neck articulation here either, so the only articulation in the neck is going to be this little bit forward and back. But this neck, I don't feel any movement here. So this whole full-on head movement is very limited. So it's not going to be much left to right. There's his down. There's his up. But no, the neck doesn't move. So the eyes are interchangeable in the head sculpt. So there's that. The camera's on the wrong side for me. It's messing me up. Can you see that? They're like the silver eyes in that, but then it comes with this little tool right here that you can put into this little hook here. Grab that and put in the other set of eyes, which would be his eyes. And this actually looks like Batman. I don't have any Batman eyes, but I have to say, looking at this, it looks like Batman eyes. Sort of God, that does. So then you just put this in here, and I think I got it upside down. Feels weird going in, but I mean it's in. It just doesn't. Just feels weird going in. Let's have a look at this. It's a neat effect, but his eyes are so far deep in there, it's really hard to see them. Can you see them? They're in there. I'm going to put them back the other way so you can see that. It feels weird going in. It just doesn't feel like it's in, but it's in. No doubt about it. It's definitely in the right spot. But it doesn't go in like how you would imagine. If that makes any sense at all, what I'm saying. Because you would think that you would put it in a specific manner. It just kind of goes into this weird way. As a matter of fact, here, this is how you can tell. If it's in all the way, the little piece is on the chin. All right? It goes right up to the chin. But you would think that you would want the piece to be like that as you're putting it in. But that's not in. It's in properly when the piece is actually resting on the chin. So that's what I mean, it just feels weird. And so here he is back to the silver eyes. It's a cool little figure in that regards. And then this is only for that helmet, because when you're using Chadwick Boseman, you would take all that off and put that on there. You would have Black Panther in that manner. Alright, let's keep moving on. We have 5 additional hands. USB operated cable here. Wrist joints. Black Panther stand, which looks a lot like the T'Chaka stand. Yeah, straight up, that's the T'Chaka stand with the Black Panther logo on it. I like my T'Chaka. Ah. So there's a battery compartment here. So maybe either you can... Where's the instructions? Hey, when in doubt, read the instructions. Dude, you for real should read everything you can get your hands on. Especially the laws where you live. You should know what your laws are, dude. Most of y'all think y'all know what the laws are. I have a feeling probably most of y'all don't know actually what all the laws are where you live. Be surprised. What's up with the land speeders coming out in September? September, it's $400. Juice has made it. Jazz Inc. You can find them on Facebook. It's the X34 land speeder from A New Hope. And it's 1/6 scale. And it will hold your Hot Toys figures. It will hold C-3PO and R2-D2 on the back. It will hold Luke from A New Hope and Obi-Wan from A New Hope, or any figures you want to put in there. And it is amazing. It's 1/6 scale. He's done an amazing job articulating it. Articulating it. Amazing job designing it. It looks really awesome. Okay. So, we talked about the head. We talked about the movement, the ability of the movements. We talked about how to get the face, eyes into the head sculpt. Okay. So they said that this can be stretched out. They were already stretched out, so that explains the higher butt. So I'm gonna leave them out. So they came out already, but this hip can be shortened. So that's interesting that was like the comparison factor that I was going for in the first place. Interesting. Put your arms down. You can relax. Relax. Relax, man. It's okay. It's alright. You're the king. It's good to be the king. Alright, so it says that these areas on his body are sharp. They don't feel sharp to me, but it says be careful in touching these areas. Oh, there's a little sharpness right there. So yeah, be careful with these areas. That is a little sharp, believe it or not. Right there. It's almost like I wonder if they just give this to some kid, and when he comes back with his eye poked out, they're like, okay, don't do this because you'll poke your eye out. How do they determine that this was sharp like that? I mean, for real. We get a fist. So these are fists, obviously. We have a fist to hold the blade. Now, was this the blade that he fought Killmonger with? Is that what this was? Do you guys remember? Looks pretty cool. I like it. It's sharp, pretty pointy. It feels like, I can't tell if it's plastic or metal. The point's pretty sharp. I think it's plastic. I think it's plastic. Looks pretty cool. I like it. I am getting Killmonger. I don't like the head sculpt. I wish they would change it. I'm worried that all the leather pleather will crack on these figures. I swear to God, I really am. But I'm still going to pose them. I'm going to enjoy and love my figures. And if they crack, oh well, shit happens. You know what I mean? It's like if you collect the figure but you can never display it. I love you guys that do that because I enjoy buying a brand new figure that's never been touched by human hands. That's a joke. But at the same token, dude, my figures are going on display. I don't think I've got anything in a box anymore. Except that C3PO that I haven't opened up yet. But I'm not storing any of these in a box. So that hand went in there pretty easily. It was easy to get in there for holding that. That's a right hand for holding that. Then we have his two, like, claws extended. And I tell you, these don't feel as sharp as the original Black Panther ones did. But there's claws extended, more or less. Like he's going to attack you. Like a cat attack. And we have kind of like claws relaxed as well. Just him with his claws aren't extended and his hands kind of relaxed, but the claws are there. So I think the original Black Panther, they was more aggressive. I mean, they felt like they were more ready to really do some damage to you. Also, these are more subdued. They're black. And the other one that were silver. So those are cool. Looks like that's all the accessories. Let's see what's going on with the base here. Wrist pegs. Ceremonial blade. I think the suit is very forgiving. I was able to move it around a lot. It's baggy, which is good. So maybe like you're saying with the pleather cracking, that might not be an issue with this, because some suits are so super tight on there. When you try to pose them, you're stretching the suit. But this suit seems to have a lot of leeway in it. Really digging those calves. I don't know if you can see them or not, but you can actually see the calves pumping through here, which you didn't get much calf definition in the first Black Panther. But you can see some of the sag there in that knee joint, whatever you call the inside of your knee. I don't even know what the inside of your knee is called. The inside of your knee. And this appears to be not really black, but kind of a blackish gold, if that makes any sense. It's black, but there's like this, I don't know how to describe it, goldish, brownish going on there. Very faint, and only because I'm concentrating to try to look at this in that manner do I even see that. If that makes any sense at all. The more I look at this Chadwick Boseman, I'm not so certain that that looks like him with a longer face. I'm going to have to look at some pictures. Let's see where we at here. Okay. Oh, okay. I see. So, what in the world? They literally designed this, it appears. So there's 4 jacks on here. Here's the front. And then there's one there, and one there. And then there's the back. And then one there, and one there. Like, they've designed it as though they were at one point intending to do 4 of them, or maybe they designed it so that either you can have the lights in front of him, which I would imagine would be the way you would do it, or you could do the lights by spinning it the other way around behind him. And I don't know why you would want the lights behind him only. but it looks like you could, if you really wanted to, install 4 of them on there. I don't know. See, it's all about how much power you can provide to something. When you have these lights, they require a certain amount of wattage and a certain amount of voltage and amperage in order to light them up. So imagine if you put 4 on them, you're going to put a drain on it. But I don't know. I suppose I don't know. I really don't know. It doesn't make much sense to me at this point. But I'm going to put them for them to be in the front. So these little pieces go through these little slots right here. See the little slot. I'm going to stick that through there like such. And we're going to plug it into the base. It only goes in one way. How is that not the way that it goes? It only goes in one way. You can't screw it up. You don't have to shove it in. If you're putting any effort into putting it in, you're putting it in wrong. Flip it over. Just like doing a USB plug. Two-position switch. Why is there a three-position switch? On, 1, on 2, off is in the middle. So off is in the middle, on 1, dry cell battery mode, on 2, power supply mode. So you flip it to the switch to the left as if you're using 3 AAA batteries in it. Switch to the right if you're using an AC power with this USB adapter. We're going to suck some juice from the computer here. Get this bad boy lit up. Hey guys, Spider-Man Far From Home was so damn cool. Yes, it is. Melvin, we're going to, if you want to talk about it, we have to keep it to non-spoilers because there's some really cool scenes in it. And I'm all for talking about it. But next week, the gloves are off. Next week, we can talk full on about the movie totally and completely. Like, yeah, I think Spider-Man Far From Home was amazing. Huge Spider-Man nut here. Love it. And I was glad to see it. And I'm really happy to see Mysterio. See some stories here with the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man that was made back, gosh, almost 20 years ago was the first one. They had fully intended for the 4th movie to have Mysterio in it. And it was supposed to be Bruce Campbell was supposed to play Mysterio then, was what I had been told. And that he, if you remember, he was in all 3 of those movies. If you've seen those movies, he was the ring announcer. So he claims he's he named Spider-Man. In the 2nd movie, he was the doorman at the opera house or the theater where Mary Jane was performing, and he stopped Spider-Man. He thwarted him from getting in there to see her. And in the 3rd movie, he was the maitre d' at the restaurant, and which he totally kind of was involved with the whole ring thing there. So they claimed that they had a history there. And Mysterio was, in the comics, an illusionist, an out-of-work actor who had had like several jobs and a movie guy, a special effects guy from the movies. And that's how he became Mysterio in the comics. And so he was supposed to be in Spider-Man 4 with Tobey Maguire. They were supposed to be making 2 more movies. But Spider-Man 3 was kind of not a very good success, so that didn't come to fruition. So I was happy to see Mysterio here, and they did not follow along that same storyline, but it really worked well. Really enjoyed that. All right, we have one plugged in, not the other. What did I do wrong? It's not plugged in. Let's get it plugged in. Holy smokes, look at Black Panther. Wow. Oh my God. This is amazing. Holy smokes. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, guys. Holy cow. Sheesh. Oh my God. This is freaking... Oh my God. Holy smokes. Oh my God. Dude. This is off the charts. Oh my God. Okay, I'm like really disappointed that his feet don't do anything, nor his hands. That's like lazy on their behalf. Holy smokes. Oh my God. I don't know, I'm befuddled. Gobsmacked. Oh my God. Guys, can you see this? Off? What the hell? Oh my God. Look at this. Look at this. All right, here we go. Off. Holy smokes. That. Holy cow. I'm speechless. I'm 100% speechless. Wow. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Killmonger, dude. He should have been out by now. And I'm really not digging that head sculpt. I wish they could do something about that. I am getting Shuri. I got her on order. They need to make a Vulture figure. They for fact need to make a Mysterio figure. That was awesome, that figure. And he needs to light up. They for fact need to do the Mysterio figure. And if they could do some sort of way of making that his globe shimmer or wiggle around or the stuff in there move around, oh, that would be the best. God, I really pray that they make a Mysterio. I mean, for real. For real. They need to make a Mysterio. For fact. Let's see. Ghost Top, how's it going, man? Save all maison. Wait, this paid off. I just paid Sideshow for the Hot Toys Scarlet Spider. I can't wait for that figure. I've loved Scarlet Spider from back when he first was introduced in the comics way, 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 way back in the 90s. And this is a little different than that one, but hey, it still works. He's like 95% dead on to the comic version, and that's close enough for me, dude. It looks like he's supposed to be. And but he's been, I guess, remade 2 or 3 times over the last decades since he's been made 30 years ago in the comics. Went back, saw all JJ's moments from old Spider-Man movies. He's great. Yeah. I have the Black Panther, but not the fancy lights there. How did you get this Black Panther without the lights? You have the original Black Panther? This guy? Because he doesn't do that. The Civil War Black Panther doesn't light up like that. Only the Black Panther does. And I love my Civil War Black Panther. But holy smokes, look at this! Golly. Oh, God. Little girl with the camera films extra. The look on JJ's face, priceless. Heard was Sam Raimi's daughter. Really? I thought it was purple. It looks like it's blue. Let me look at that and I'll give you an answer on that here in a quick second, Melvin. What's he look like with the Black Panther head? Okay, let's put that on with the lights. I'll do that. And the Civil War one. Yeah, dude, you need to get this new Black Panther one because I'm digging the Civil War one. I really like it because it looks really good. With the design of the suit, the Black Panther from Black Panther appears kind of plain just looking at the suit, but you turn those lights on, holy cow. Two-Face Stanley, there you go, Ghost Top. There you go, man. Yeah, so I really dig the suit. I really dig the, turn this off for just a quick second. Let's do a side-by-side on these again. And then we'll go back to this UV light thing. Holy cow. I really dig the original design of the Black Panther suit. It's what's the words I'm looking for? It's designed. There's just designs all over the whole thing, and it just looks super cool. And of course, they're just getting it from the movie. It's not like as if they embellished on this. This was how it was designed in the movie. And the new suit just doesn't have all of that. But holy cow, when you turn that light on, it just goes from just looking like, I don't know, like a bodysuit, to what in the world? You know what I mean? So I dig this, but the effect on this is, God. It's like, also, so 100% we could talk about Endgame. It's like an Endgame when Black Panther was running with the gauntlet. And of course, they were like hitting him left and right, and his suit was just taking it. And what happens is the suit gets filled up with energy, and it has to discharge. And he was using that as a weapon against him, which is the whole purpose of this suit. Is it takes that energy and just throws it right back at him. Let's put this the helmet on, and these are the silver eyes, the mask eyes. Not his eyes. Let's see if that lights up as well. It does. It sure does. Holy smokes. You know what? Let's kill the lights. So it's daylight, so it's not going to get pitch black. But, look at that. Off. I'm blown away. I am beside myself. Jeez. And here's his back. So if you were to put him like on a rotating base, see the front and back. That's just amazing. Trying to get the light on his head without it being too much. You see that pretty good there? In person, this is so amazingly beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful. It's actually beautiful. I'm beside myself. I really am. I didn't expect this. I didn't expect it to be this breathtaking. I'm totally caught off guard. Off. Nothing. Just a black suit. Straight up Batman right there, right? Look at that. Holy smokes. Sheesh. Like I said, I wish they'd done something with his feet. I don't know why they didn't. And his hands. Let me see if I can get an actual revelation as to what color it really is. I'm going to put my glasses on so I can see what the hell I'm doing. Try to keep the light out of your eyes. I want to get really right up onto this and have a good look at this. Tell you what color he really is. Okay. It's blue, and the blue that I would call this would be a it's kind of a light blue, if that makes any sense. Light blue is what I would call that. Holy cow. Dude, this is amazing. So here out in normal light, you can't see anything. You can see where these are. Okay? Get this. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Okay, you can't see any of that. Let's get him set here for you. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing there. He's just there. But then you kick this on him. You'll see here in a second. If I can get that to light up without it causing too much of a problem here. How to do this. I don't know how best to get a light on there for you guys to be able to see that. It's amazing how that just comes out of nothing. It just comes on. It's magic. It's magic, guys. It's freaking magic. Freaking laser beams coming out of my freaking shark heads. So, since I'm totally blown away by this, let's now see Thor and the Neon Tech Iron Man. Are you talking like to me? That was a terrible Thor accent. Alright. Supposedly his eyes and the lightning bolts on this supposedly light up. Infinity War Thor. Alright, let's see what happens. Pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. The lightning bolts light up really well, and so do the eyes. I had been told that the eyes didn't light up by some guys, but dude, those eyes light up. Yeah. You see the eyes? I mean, this figure, if I remember correctly, actually does light up. I don't think I've got the batteries in here. Let's find out. I think I took the batteries out. I planned on taking the batteries out if I hadn't. I think I did. No, I didn't. Okay, so the batteries are in there. I need to take them out. Thanks for reminding me, guys. So that's with the batteries. That's with the lights on. And this is with this on. And now I'm going to turn this light off. Can't believe I left the batteries in here. Come on. Where's that switch at? Can you see his eyes? I'm gonna turn this other light on over here. Off. On. Thor looks great in this. I wish I could get a couple of these bases. That would make it so much easier. Oh my god. These bases are worth it. Let's see. Have I missed a lot of... let's see here. Ghost Av, I like how that sounds about kit bashing Stan Lee putting an alien head in that spacesuit. That's a pretty good idea. Pretty cool. Maybe put a Skrull head in there. That'd be cool. Heads up, Queens. I am Clint. I don't care. You think his original color was purple? It's definitely blue now. It's definitely a light blue. But I guess maybe the purple UV light they're thinking would set it off. I don't know. Or Jordy turns into a blue light up monster. Oh yeah. Like the whole that was pretty cool. They could only see him when they put the light on him. Maybe his light doesn't transit in camera well. No, it's blue. I swear to God, it's blue. Gray or blue or purple depending on lights. Let's do an in-game deleted scene where Cap goes to Tony. Bucky says hi. Bucky said, "How's your dad?" Thor looks great. I think I am getting that Black Panther. I don't think you'll go wrong getting this Black Panther, Melvin. If you have any passion for Black Panther, this is definitely one that you want to add. I have Hela and Loki. What Thanos looks like with lights? Well, this is UV lights, so it wouldn't be like, he's purple and these are kind of like a purple light. So Killmonger should be a little bit more muscular than Black Panther, but I think they just used the same figure for both. I think you're probably right. I'm really digging this Thor. It looks really cool with these UV lights. They did a great job there. I'm really blown away. Got to get these lights. I'm going to try to track that down. That lead you sent me there for that. So let's put him over here, and now let's get this Neon Tech Iron Man Mark IV. And I thought for a fact I'd be able to get a Mark VI for a good price. Looks like I'll be paying third-party prices for my Mark VI Neon Tech. I'm not too thrilled with that. Kind of bothers me. Kind of upsets me. Kind of makes me sad. Neon Tech Iron Man Mark IV. Digging this suit already without even seeing him lit up. Supposedly lit up, he looks really good. So we will see. Neon Tech Iron Man Mark IV. 3, 2, 1. Lackluster. And you know why? Because there's no reveal. You know what I'm saying? There's no reveal. He's already there. You can already see the light. Now, if they'd made the suit black, and then by turning these on, he turned blue, that would be so much better. Let me kill the lights. Kind of disappointed here with this. I was really expecting a Black Panther reveal, and it's not there. And that's unfortunate. It looks good. It is glowing. I can tell that it's reflecting the light. No doubt about that it is reflecting the light. But I think because he was already blue in the first place, there's no reveal. There's no aha. There's no holy smokes, look at that. You know what I mean? So yeah, he does light up, but it's just not a huge reveal like it is with Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? With the lights on, yeah, there's a little bit, I guess, but not really. You know what I'm saying? It's not as special. It looks cool. I'm not saying it doesn't look cool. I'm just saying not as special. Trying to get a good angle here. There we go. That'll work. I don't want the lights in your eyes. He does light up. He is luminous reflective, but it's just not as impressive as that. Hey bud, you're in my stand. You need to get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Hidden, on. If they'd done that with that neon, jeez, that would have been the tits, for real. I feel like Castaway, Tom Hanks, flashing his light on his girlfriend. Kind of disappointed with the Neon Tech. Kind of disappointed. Only because this Black Panther just blew me away. I don't mean like I'm disappointed in the Neon Tech. I'm just saying that now I wish they hadn't made the color there all the time. Does that make any sense, what I'm talking about? If the suit was black, like Black Panther is black, and the only time you can see the blue is when the light is on, that would have been more impressive. However, how many times am I going to turn this light on? Probably pretty rarely. I don't believe for 1 second I'm going to leave it on all the time. You know what I mean? And we already have, we already have a black suited Iron Man, the Mark 7 Stealth. So it's not like we are needing another one of those. But then again, it would have worked. But I really think they would have benefited better. I really think they would have benefited better if they left the blue out. I don't know. But this, holy smokes. This, guys, is off the charts. That's off the charts. Jeez. As a matter of fact, these two blues are not the same color, by the way. The Iron Man Neon Tech, I would say, is kind of a teal color. And this is a light blue. So in case you're curious what shades these are, this is more blue than this. This is a bluish green. That's definitely blue, and it's kind of like a light blue. As a matter of fact, these UV light bulbs, which are like purple, kind of pure blue-ish, if you will. So that's the shade of blue they are. They're not the same. And if they'd made this like that, this would have been so much better. But then you wouldn't have this looking like this without this. Does that make any sense? You know, I like the blue lights in here in the first place. When this guy's all lit up, you know, because he lights up in his chest area and everything. He really is a good-looking figure. I'm really pleased that I have him. I love him very much, and I wish I'd gotten the Mark 6. I hate having to pay double for the doggone thing. Now it kind of really pisses me off. God damn Sideshow. But I wish he didn't have the blue on him. I wish the reveal came with the UV light. That would have been so much better. Guys, this is the figure right here. This is the figure. This literally, easily now, is getting up there in that top 10 list, I would have to say. I'm blown away. You know, just when you think you can't be surprised by anything like this anymore, I'm blown away. I'm 100% caught totally off guard. I hope that the video is doing it justice. I hope you can get a good feeling of what this figure looks like. I am just beside myself. It's amazing. It's amazing. I love it. Regular black suit, nothing fancy. Kablam. Hello. Stop the press. A little bit more. It would be a pain in the ass putting all those scars on Killmonger's body. Can you imagine? Man, I'm with you. Eyes is illuminating itself. Wondering if Killmonger will light. I don't think he will. My back, dude. I have a bad back. I'm disabled, believe it or not, and I've been having a week of it. And that's how it goes. Sometimes I I have a good life, and other times my life is absolutely miserable. Yes, I think you're probably right, Savon. I think they were experimenting with the Iron Man Mark IV Neon Tech before doing it to the Black Panther, and I believe now they said, "Shoot, we should have done that with the Iron Man Mark IV." I think I think you're right. Yep, I have herniated and bulging discs with encroachment on the spine, which causes radiculopathy, which keeps me from feeling things in my fingers and my toes. And right now, I pinch that nerve, and that nerve sends that signal right through the whole body. It's like being stabbed or being shot, is what it feels like. Don't get me wrong, I've never been stabbed or shot, but I imagine that's what it feels like to somebody who has been. So it's not from like working out. It's not from like swinging an axe or anything like that. It's from an injury, and I actually have a herniation in my disc, which pushes on the spine, the actual nerve ending there, which makes it real a mess when it hits me. Yeah, right. Could you imagine in real life? Thank you very much, Melvin. Thank you. Noble, where you been? Oh, that's right. You said your internet was down. You were on the other line. Yep, it's not fun, Robert. It sucks getting old because the older you get, the worse it becomes. One of these days, hopefully, maybe in the future, they'll figure out a way of getting all that so you can just replace that and it doesn't bother anymore. But in the meantime, we have to suffer with it. What a bitch it is. So yeah, I'm really digging this. I don't. I'm gonna have to make some room for this guy. Because this is like a showstopper. This is like, hey, come here and check out my collection and watch this Black Panther. That's literally what this is. Hey, you want to see some cool toys? Hey, watch this. You'll like this. Wham. That's just too much. Or Thor. I need two of these. One for Thor also. Thor needs to be lit up as well. The God of Thunder. He needs to have his little stand as well. Why in the hell did they not give us a stand for Thor? I mean, for real. Thor 100% deserves this stand. You know, it's like, I don't know, maybe store Thor behind Black Panther. That'll work on the shelf. Kind of gets some of the benefit, doesn't he? There's definitely that sweet spot right there where the lights are about 3 inches away from the figure. I'm gonna have to track down another one of these bases. That's all there is to it. Yeah, they now claim I have arthritis, spondylitis, some other shit. Of course they tell you to lose weight. But of course, I got this weight because of the injury. I didn't look like this. I look like normal. You know? I look like Brad Pitt. It's a Coke all over. Wakanda forever. I'm gonna have to get another one of these suits. That's all there is to it. Or maybe figure out a way of putting the like stretching it out. You know what I mean? So I can put side by side the two of these guys. Let's unplug this. And yeah, the light's really got to be just those. The closer the light is, the better the effect. It really does have to be, 2 to 3 inches away. So each one needs their own stand. You see how like it's the left side of Panther's not really lit up. When the light goes away, so does that effect. Definitely need a stand for each of these guys. For fact, straight up fact. I'm really digging Thor. Yeah, these are like, man, these guys have definitely jumped the scale. So Thor went from being like, I don't know, top 30 figures. It's so hard to rate these figures. I'd say he's up in there, probably in the top 10 now as well. I would definitely put, I'm almost positive. I guess I have to think about this, figure out where I place all these figures. But these two have really just jumped the scale. They've really gone up in my opinion of them with this UV light. I'm flabbergasted. I'm really digging the Mark 50. I'm really digging the Mark 50. I'm really digging these guys. So going off my memory here as I think about these, I really like the Mark 4, Mark 6 diecast. And I'm not talking about the neon. I'm talking about just a regular red and gold Mark 4, Mark 6 diecast. I'm really digging those guys. And those were really at the same level. So it's because it's the same suit. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to be like, put both of them in there, like one over the other. I'm just going to call it the Mark 4, Mark 6 / diecast in my top 10. So Mark 50, Mark 4, Mark 6 diecast. This Black Panther from Black Panther. This Thor from Infinity Wars. Let me look at my figures. Oh, I'm going to have to say Lady Death. She's unbelievable. I love her. Yondu's got to be in that list someplace. Oh, let's see. Okay, I'm going to have to say Deadpool. I don't know why, but I dig Deadpool. I said Yondu already, right? Believe it or not, I like my Iron Legion, this Mark III Iron Legion. I love my R2-D2s. Mark V diecasts. Mark IV gunmetal. Mark 40 shotgun. Mark 21 chrome. So I don't know how many that is. I'd have to say those are probably my top figures, looking at everything here. And it's so difficult in calling those out because there's so many amazing figures. It's like having children. If you have one kid, of course you know where all your love's going. If you have two kids, there's always going to be that competition. I'm not going to say, who do you love more? And you can't really say there's one over the other because you love them both the same. And it's unfair to say one is more so than the other. And that's kind of where this is. You know what I mean? But these guys have just jumped leaps and bounds into the new positions. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. With this UV light. Thor really looks great. I'm blown away by that too. So where are we at? Here's a quiz for you. In Marvel history from 2008 to 2019, Iron Man was about to die 4 times and died 2 times. When was it? Well, let's see. In Avengers, he died, and Hulk brought him back to life, right? I would say he was dead then. The 4 times he died, I'd say he was about ready to die in Iron Man 3 when his house fell on him. Of course, in Iron Man 1, he was like dying. The dude had like cut him open and put the arc reactor in his chest. Well, put the batteries to his chest to keep the magnet in his chest to keep the metal fragments from screwing up his heart and killing him, right? The Emperor. Which Emperor? Sitting in the middle of the room filled with toys makes me remind me of my childhood. Yeah, I refuse to grow up. Absolutely refuse to grow up. I'm living my childhood over again. Right? Why should you have to grow up? Just pay your taxes. Keep a roof over your head, food in your tummy, and your loved ones happy. That's really what growing up is. Being responsible. Let's turn this light on. I didn't think I left these lights in here. It's so funny finding this switch. I think I know where the switch is. I put my finger on where I think the switch is, and I'm not close to it. I literally have to look. Look at that. So was I right on the times he died and the times he got close to dying? Was I right? That's what I remember. Hulk brought him back to life after Avengers, right? That song by Kiss always comes to my mind whenever I talk about Thor, God of Thunder. So guys, I've had you for almost 2 hours. Anything else on your mind that y'all want to talk about? I'm really looking forward to that Miles Morales figure. It's looking pretty cool. I'm blown away. Same people that criticize me for buying toys are the same people that want to play with the figures. You know, my wife and my daughter, they don't get it. I show these to my wife and she gets angry. She allows me to have them. I mean, I don't have to ask permission. But you know what I mean? I'm limited to 1/2 of a room when I would love to have them throughout the entire freaking house. And I bring them to her and show them to her, and I'm like, oh, look at this. This is really cool, and I'm going to show her this, and I'll show her how it lights up. And she'll say, what it cost. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it doesn't, whatever, it costs, whatever. But I don't... Sometimes that kind of takes the thunder out of it. But we don't get into the arguments or discussions or fights about it. She loves and respects me. You know, I buy my toys, I keep a roof over our heads, pay the taxes, keep food in our tummies. And that's how you have to keep your family happy, your life happy. Happy wife, happy life. I can't get over this, dude. For real, I just can't get over this. I'm just blown away. I was about to die in Iron twice, in Iron Man 3 once, and Infinity War once. That makes 4. But he died in the Avengers, yep, and died again in Endgame. Okay, good. So I named them all. Iron Man, I'm with you. Iron Man 1, yep. Perfect family man, you're the best. Wouldn't say that. I know I'm loved. My wife loves me to death. I love her to death. And it's good when you have somebody, when you have that perfect match, it works well. So, you guys, that's the only advice I can give you there. Don't rush into anything. You can't make someone love you. For real. I don't give a damn. They can love your money. They can love your status. They can love your position. They can love that you're feeding them. But if they love you, I mean love you, you can't force that on anybody. And my wife and I, we love each other. No question about it. And that's great. That's really good. Don't ever try to force it. You'll be unhappy if you do. I wish I was a perfect family man. It does kind of look like a transporter, doesn't it? Didn't they have like portable ones they could set up to make stuff just go anywhere they needed to if they were on like planet or something like that? Could they just like make these little transporter things or something? Didn't they? Maybe my mind is playing tricks on me. I'm gonna have to find another base, something, dude, or buy these little lights and make my own, one or the other. I'm in love with this figure. That's all there is to it. So guys, anything else on your mind that you want? And I'll be unboxing Iron Man Mark 50 accessories. I'm live. I guess I had a little blurb. I guess the internet decided it wanted to act up. It just says that I'm live, so I don't know how much you guys missed out on that. But anyhow, I was just saying that I think I've kept you guys on long enough. Probably gonna let you all go. And next week I'll be doing Iron Man Mark 50 and accessories. And the week after that, C3PO, which will put me into, what's today? 4 was on Thursday, 5 today's the 6th. So we have 13th will be Iron Man Mark 50 accessories, and the 20th will be C3PO, and I don't have anything scheduled for the 27th. So we'll see what happens. I've got to do something about this crappy ass video. It looks good on my camera, on my phone. When I'm over here looking at it on my screen, it looks like it's out of focus. I don't know, man. 9:30 in India. Have a nice day. Have a nice night, Melvin. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. And I enjoy every one of you. I love every one of you guys. Hey, send me artwork, draw me whatever, drop me a line. I have a P.O. box that's listed in the description down there. It's box 109 in Carmichael, California. The address actually is 4005 Manzanita Avenue, Suite 6, box 109, Carmichael, California 95608. Send me figures, send me whatever you want, send me artwork. I'll open stuff up here
talk to you later. Really appreciate you guys. Love you all. Go to Patreon. Support me if you wish. I got nothing to give you, but $1 a month would be amazing. 12 o'clock in Florida. Man, I hope it's a nice, cool one there. California time is 8:56, almost 9 a.m. So I start broadcasting at 7 o'clock in the morning for you guys, instead of sleeping in on Saturdays because I want to be here with you guys. Next week's, thanks, Noble. We'll see y'all, and peace. Love you guys. Happy collecting, and see you on the next video.